baby girl dies after a dog attack in Redcar. We'll have the latest on the police investigation.
I heard a gunshot, and apparently they just killed the dog in one gunshot.
The Sunderland students, who it's now claimed were wrongly issued grants and loans, which must now be paid back.
In sport, Newcastle and Sunderland are back in Premier League action after a 3-week break.
And drive and determination, the Durham teen refusing to let a life-limiting illness wreck his professional racing dream.
First tonight, police have confirmed that a 3-month-old baby girl has died after being bitten by a dog at a property in Dormanstown near Redcar.
Armed police were deployed to the street yesterday afternoon to contain an animal that was still running loose. It is known that one other victim, a 31-year-old woman, was also treated for a dog bite.
A man has been arrested in connection with what happened. Our correspondent Greg Easteel sent this report from the scene.
This small cul-de-sac in Dormanstown hushed by a prevailing sense of shock this morning. Sadness too for the tiny life lost after being turned on by a dog. One neighbour describing arriving home yesterday afternoon to find the street in panic.
Police rushed over to me saying, like, just get in anyone's garden, get in your cars, literally do anything to keep safe. But, like, I heard a gunshot. And apparently they just killed the dog in one gunshot, and obviously they've euthanised the other dog that they captured. Scary. Like, I was literally shaking. My whole body was shaking. I just feel super sad for the parents. Like, yeah, I really do.
It's also being reported that at one stage officers were up on the roof of a police van here to keep themselves safe while they tried to take aim at the dog running loose in the street. Police adding in a statement today, our thoughts continue to be with the child's family following this tragic and distressing incident. There will continue to be a scene in place at the property alongside a visible policing presence as the investigation is ongoing. That presence clear outside in the street today as residents here try to make sense of something so sudden and so sad, so close to home.
Greg, this is a hugely distressing time, as you say, for people in the street, not least, of course, for the family of the young baby who's died. What's the latest on the investigation tonight?
Yes, Amy, developments on two fronts, I can tell you. First of all, police confirming that one dog was destroyed at the scene and another destroyed away after being taken from a property there. As far as the breeds of those dogs is concerned, some speculation, neighbours describing them as a bully cross type dog, but police have said outright this evening that they've examined the animals and that they're satisfied that neither one is a prohibited breed. That means effectively it rules out things like the XL bully dog, which of course is banned from being bred in this country now and can only be held under certain conditions and with a proper licence. Meanwhile, police also confirming that they've arrested a 45-year-old man and he's been questioned on suspicion of being in charge of a dangerously out-of-control dog causing injury resulting in death. He has been released, though, on police bail, pending further inquiries.
Greg, in Redcar tonight, thank you very much.
A group of students at Sunderland University say they are shocked and frustrated after being told they were wrongly issued grants and loans which must now be paid back.
It affects around 30 people enrolled on a weekend course which was recategorised as distance learning.
It means they are no longer eligible for maintenance loans and grants, a decision which came out of the blue partway through the academic year. Johnny Blair reports.
Sam and Lou, 2 of 32 doing education studies at Sunderland University, all of whom received this email.
You can continue to apply for tuition fee loans but are not eligible for a maintenance loan.
That's after their course was suddenly reclassified. It's taught here on weekends, part-time for those in full-time work. The university says it follows a recent update from the government and student loans company.
There was quite a lot of panic within the group. We have a lot of single parents that are on the group. They had used their maintenance payments to purchase laptops so that they could do the degree, to pay for travel.
A lot of frustration and a lot of disappointment. A lot of us that study these weekend courses are doing it in vital sectors such as education and the National Health Service.
And it's far more than one institution impacted. Around 22,000 people are thought to have been affected at 15 universities up and down the country, meaning it's caused a lot of anger.
These are students who should, honestly, they should only be having to focus on getting that education. But that's not the reality we live in. You know, they're working through the week, and the only way that they can better their circumstance is to be taking these weekend courses, right? But to be able to do that and still be able to work and still be able to take care of a family, right? They rely on these student maintenance loans.
Sam, Lou and the Students' Union have praised the university for the help it's giving to affected students. A spokesperson for the institute told us the Student Loans Company and Department for Education recently confirmed that courses delivered exclusively at weekends with only occasional on-campus attendance must be classified as distance learning. As a result of this update, the university identified that one of its courses falls into this category. This means students studying for this qualification are not eligible for maintenance loans. Without change, those loans and grants look to be stopping and now need paying back sooner than originally thought. Sam and Lou say they will continue, but the goalposts have shifted, adding, for them and others, another layer of worry.
Well, John joins us now with more on this. So, Johnny, what has the government and the student loans company said about the situation?
Well, as you say, Ian, we heard there the university says it informed students and is helping them following confirmation and an update from those two bodies. Yet when we contacted both, the student loans company said it's a matter for universities, which must ensure that courses are classified correctly for the purposes of student finance, while the Education Secretary, Wearside MP Bridget Phillipson, said there was clear guidance. This is not the students' fault, she said. Universities must take immediate action to support students who will face financial difficulties as a result. So there seems to be some dispute about when this guidance was issued. What's not in dispute, though, is that there are people caught in the fallout. How much people are losing from the withdrawal of these loans is entirely based on individual circumstances. You can claim several £1,000s a year, more if needed, but it's certainly making life more difficult for people who are trying to improve their situation.
Johnny, thank you very much indeed.
Now, thousands of young people in our region will no doubt be planning on going travelling this summer, looking forward to meeting new people, likely perhaps having a few drinks as well. But many are unaware that alcohol in some places is not always what it seems.
The Foreign Office recently added 8 countries to the list of potentially high-risk locations where methanol poisoning is an issue. From September, schools will include education about it.
It follows a campaign by families of those who've either died or been injured by methanol poisoning. Kevin Ashford reports.
Kirsty McKee died 4 years ago on the Indonesian island of Bali, where she'd lived for 8 years and where she'd started a ceramics business. Kirsty was taken ill after drinking a small amount of a liqueur that contained methanol. The news was broken to Kirsty's parents in a phone call from her fiancé.
He was just crying and crying on the phone. He couldn't speak really, and I said to him, has something bad happened? And he said, very bad, and he couldn't tell me, and I had to say, has she died, Damar? And he managed to say yes. So huge, huge shock from nowhere.
I feel as if my life has changed. I still function and I still enjoy life, but there's part of me that will never be the same.
Kirsty's parents say their daughter only ever bought alcohol from reputable suppliers, but methanol is increasingly making its way into drinks in some countries to cut costs, even though that's potentially lethal, according to this forensic science expert from Northumbria University.
Methanol poisoning is dangerous not because of methanol itself, but because of the metabolites, the products that the body generates when it interacts with methanol. It therefore leads to an increase in acidic conditions in the blood, and that can lead to nerve damage, and eventually it can lead even to fatal poisonings.
The Foreign Office has increased the number of destinations to 28 where methanol poisoning is considered a high risk.
In countries where this has been an issue, particularly where it's been an issue that has affected British nationals, we raise it at a very senior level with those countries. We obviously want British tourists to be safe on their holidays.
Campaigners like Kirsty's parents say the safest option is to drink only duty-free spirits. They also want people to be aware of the symptoms of methanol poisoning.
Whereas a normal hangover would pass off, methanol poisoning gets worse. It kicks in between 12 and 48 hours after you've had a drink. So the symptoms would worsen. You might start to feel really mentally confused. You may have breathlessness or visual disturbances, and these are really danger signals that mean you must go and seek medical help.
Kirsty's parents say their daughter would have been the first to encourage others to travel the world. They want her legacy to be that travel is done as safely as possible. Kevin Ashford, ITV News.
The ITV Evening News continues at 6:30 with Charlene White.
Coming up in the ITV Evening News, a landmark case as the man sentenced to 8 years for killing his wife after his abuse caused her to take her own life. JD Vance warns Iran not to play the US as peace negotiations are set to begin this weekend. And the countdown is on. The Artemis crew is set to splash down after an historic mission. Join us for those stories and more from 6:30.
Tributes are being paid following the death of Jeremy Beecham, the Labour politician who was the longest-serving leader of Newcastle City Council. He became a councillor in 1967, representing areas in the city's West End. He was leader of the authority for 17 years and was later knighted, and then, as Lord Beecham, sat in the House of Lords. The current leader of Newcastle City Council, Karen Kilgore, described him as one of our finest political thinkers.
And now to the small cafe bar that's making a big difference for people in Seaham. The site is used once a week to become a public living room, a space which offers the chance to make friends, have a chat and enjoy a change of scenery.
Yeah, great idea. It comes following a rise in the number of people who say that they're lonely in an increasingly isolated world. Rachel Bullock reports.
Once a week, anyone and everyone is welcome here. It's a public living room, one of a network of spaces across the country, which is freed up for new friendships. Ruth is a volunteer.
I think a lot of people are feeling very isolated. People's mental health suffering. People are on the screens. There's no communication. You can't just ring up and ask anybody anything, and they don't know who their neighbours are. We have a lady who lives on her own. She's in her 80s. She feels that she can't even speak the cashier anymore. It's all these self-service tills. We're getting a lot of younger people, you know, in the 20s, 30s, 40s.
People like Emma, who visits here with her mum.
I just needed to sort of rebuild my social skills after, like, a period of realising that I'm neurodivergent. I've had mental health problems and I was isolating myself quite a bit, and I realised it's not going to get better until I sort of push through the pain barrier. It soon gets easier when you realise how welcoming everybody is.
She's really thrived. And for myself personally, I lost my husband nearly 2 years ago, quite suddenly, and although you've got family and friends around you, you still can feel really isolated. So when I saw this advertised on social media, it's probably one of the best things we've done.
The World Health Organization found that 1 in 6 of us feels lonely, and that there's a documented link between loneliness and poor health. This space works to open new doors and new connections.
Do you think it's a real testament to the power of just face-to-face conversation, just human connection?
It totally is. It totally is. I mean, these days it's just laptops, phones, tablets. I mean, turns your brain to mush, doesn't it, if you don't have a conversation with somebody? And I've really enjoyed coming the last 6-7 weeks. You're so friendly here and everybody just makes friends, like a big family.
The power of people, the comfort of connection. Vital for everyone. Rachel Bullock, ITV News in Seaham.
Yeah, great to see that cafe making a difference there. Right, the Premier League returns this weekend after the international break, and Simon is here with Friday Sport.
Powering local sport in the community. Octopus Energy sponsors ITV Regional Sports Report.
People like to talk. There's been an international break to fill, so people have been talking. Eddie Howe's future was top of the subjects at the press conference today. Simon, Newcastle United and Sunderland both picking up where they left off.
Yeah, Premier League's back this weekend after nearly 3 weeks away. It feels like ages, doesn't it? It was a long time for Newcastle United and Sunderland to think about things, and one club presumably enjoyed those memories more than the other. Derby Day memories depend on your postcode. Sunderland's win at St James's Park last month was the last time either side kicked a ball in anger, and those occasions linger.
The team showed character, resilience when it was important.
You don't go home and then move on quickly. It's you know the importance of the game. You know you have a feeling you've let people down.
Newcastle United start again at Crystal Palace, who last night beat Fiorentina in the future, though. After that Sunderland game, some Newcastle fans called for his head. Then Magpies CEO David Hutchinson made some lukewarm comments about Howe's job security. Here's his response.
For me, nothing's changed. I'm absolutely 100% committed to the job. That commitment has never wavered from my side. I've been working during the break to make sure that we come back a stronger team. I just need support, good working relationships with the people around me, a feeling of being able to express myself in the best way possible so you see the best version of myself.
Newcastle is still targeting Europe, and the table suggests Sunderland should be doing the same. Regis Lebris wasn't drawn into that today. He's preparing for an odd game on Sunday when Sunderland could go under the radar in their own home, at least as far as the national media is concerned. Spurs are the Premier League's biggest hot mess. They could be in the bottom three by kickoff, and it's Roberto De Zerbi's first game in charge. The Italian is one of football's most uncompromising idealists when it comes to style of play. He's also Spurs' third manager of the season.
With the new coach, I think he's a great coach, strong experience internationally and in the Premier League. But the style is the style, and I think it will be the best version of Roberto De Zerbi if he's himself, not someone else. So I think he will go all the way, and it will be interesting.
Spurs' future may be the national media's hot topic, but one way or another, the rest of this season will define the immediate future for both Sunderland and Newcastle United. Middlesbrough just need to win a game tomorrow, never mind the championship promotion race. They should beat relegation-threatened Portsmouth at the Riverside, but Borough have gone cold. They haven't won in 5 games. They are still third in the table and still absolutely in the thick of the race for automatic promotion, but they need to taste victory again tomorrow.
The thing that is positive with this one is that we have performed in a good way, kept doing that with different players out, quality players out, different players in different positions, with the momentum of not winning a game. You have to take belief from that, but of course that Saturday is more about trying to get the win.
At the other end of the Football League, it's impossible to overstate the importance of Harrogate's trip to Newport County. It's not quite do or die, but it's close. Harrogate are bottom of League 2. Newport are 1 point ahead of them. Time's running out. Survival's on the line. You can see highlights from both ends of the Football League on ITV1 at 11:20 tomorrow night. And don't forget the Grand National is live on ITV1 tomorrow. Don't forget the women's cricket season starts tomorrow with Durham hosting Lancashire. And a new round of games started in the men's championship today. Durham have had a great first day away to Gloucestershire. They put on 305 for the first wicket. Alex Lees made a century. Ben McKinney, you can see him doing it there, made an unbeaten double century. Durham are 456 for 2 in their first innings.
Simon, thanks very much. Have a good weekend.
Now, so the 16-year-old from Durham who is determined to not let a life-limiting illness hold him back from a career in professional motorsport.
Jack Thompson lives with a rare lung condition. Tomorrow he will make his debut in the British Kart Championships in Sunderland. Chris Conway has been to meet him.
It's a sport Jack Thompson has loved since he was a little boy. The pace and precision, the ultimate adrenaline rush. Now 16, karting has also provided Jack a means of escape from living with a life-limiting condition.
I was born with cystic fibrosis. It's a lung condition that stops you breathing properly, and you only have 60% lung function. Walking up the stairs, getting out of bed, it's just I get out of breath. And especially being in such a physical sport, it's definitely really hard.
Jack makes his debut in the British Kart Championships in Sunderland tomorrow. A proud moment not just for him, but for his family too.
He puts it all to the back of his mind, and he's just one of the lads. He treats us, he is one of the lads, and the lads love him, all the karting lads love him. All the family are so proud of what he does. Some people don't realise how he can do it.
Every time I sit in the kart, it's just a different feeling. It's just like somewhere that you just takes you to your own place, really. It's really addictive. It's really just everything about it's competitive. It's very exciting.
Lando Norris, Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen are Jack's idols, and he wants one day to match their success.
Even watching them on the telly or going watching them live, it gives me the buzz. And just sit there and imagine what could it be like if I was in one of them cars.
Screeching back to the here and now, Jack hopes a win tomorrow can inspire others living with cystic fibrosis.
It'll make everything feel like it's paid off, all the work that we put behind the scenes, everyone who's helped me. I just want to show people that it is possible and to don't give up.
He might look every inch the racer when he zips round the track, but to his family, he's just Jack, the driver from Durham, who refuses to let his illness keep him in the slow lane. Chris Conway, ITV News.
Brilliant.
Promising talent there, really is. Good luck to Jack tomorrow. There will be other North East representatives in the field as well. Great facility there as well, the karting championships in Sunderland this weekend.
And in the beautiful sunshine as
It was
well.
lovely for that,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
and the weather makes a difference, of course, with the tyres and all the rest of it, so they'll be interested in the conditions.
Yeah, and we've had a bit of everything.
It's been very
Whatever you
mixed
want to
week.
drive in.
Very mixed week.
Honestly, up and down, I think.
It's hard to know what to wear. I've had coats, woolly hat, shorts, the lot. Not all at once,
Sunglasses
but
and
different
scarf.
days. Yeah,
Then the
sunglasses,
shorts,
yeah.
then the woolly jumps out again. Yeah. Here's the week in pictures, because it has been very up and down, as we say. It started with spring temperatures on that bank holiday, lazy Monday there. Then it sort of jumped into summer by Tuesday. We had temperatures climbing up into the high teens. By Wednesday for us, that was when our temperatures were peaking. Looking so colourful here in North Yorkshire. We're in the low 20s. That is summer weather. And then by yesterday, red sky in the morning, little sign of that warning. The cloud rolled in, temperatures dropped by as much as 10 degrees. And in that typical mix today, warm in the sunshine, chilly in the wind. So if you did head to the beach, you had to wear your big coat like these people did here. But that pretty much sums up it, doesn't it? This photo here, though, I think that's the face I've definitely been pulling all week.
Shocked.
When I come in. Just annoyed with it all, to be honest. There's just a bit of consistency at this time of year, but it is April, it is what we expect, and we've got some April showers on the way. Why not? Here's the forecast.
Midday Mayan temples, followed by sunny afternoons on the sand. TUI sponsors ITV Tyne weather.
We do still have some brighter breaks around at the moment, but the cloud is thickening. With the cloud, we've got spells of rain arriving overnight, and with the rain, some strong gusty winds as well. Staying blustery as we make our way through tomorrow, pushing through a scattering of sometimes sharp showers, but in the mix, we do hold on to those sunny spells. The rain has been moving its way in from the west, kept at bay by high pressure for now, but that gives up on us overnight into tomorrow morning. The rain disappears quite quickly, but the low pressure that brought it is staying nearby into Sunday as well. The squeeze on the isobars there showing those blustery winds coming in from the west, the showers caught up in those, and also the fact that it is dragging down that chilly air from the north. At times those temperatures will be struggling. So for now we do still have some clearer spells around, but as I say, the cloud is starting to thicken. As we pass around midnight, the rain's beginning to arrive from the west. We've got some heavy bursts, and over the highest ground as well, there's a bit of wintriness in the mix. Temperatures down into the single digits, 4-5 degrees. That's built up areas, a bit lower in those more rural spots. So into tomorrow morning, it's a blustery start to the day. We've got further spells of rain, sometimes on the sharper side, but it is short-lived. By around 10, 11 o'clock, most of that has cleared through, and behind it, we're seeing those brighter skies developing. So actually some dry, fine weather taking us into the afternoon. Still breezy though, but out of the winds in the sunshine, highs of 10 or 11 degrees. Actually not feeling too bad. Showers coming and going as we make our way through the later part of Saturday. Into Sunday, another area of patchy rain tries to move its way through. But again, for us, it's going to be hit and miss. Brighter breaks taking us through Sunday. Again, it is going to stay blustery. Into Monday, a few showers, but the winds finally are starting to ease.
TUI sponsors ITV Tyne's weather.
Thank you, Ross. In just a moment, it's the national and international news.
See, even I get caught out checking to see if I'm still on the telly. Helen will be here with the late news later for you tonight. Have a great weekend. We will see you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This is a party election